race fans, and welcome to the Thursday Night GT series here at NAGP. I'm here as usual with Jack.
How are you doing, Jake? Another fine evening of GT racing.
Yep, I believe so. Looks like these guys are out on their outlap with Zach Hefner in the lead. We've seen this before.
Yeah, Zach was first out. We're at Imola tonight. 17 turns, 3 chicanes, 41 laps of action tonight.
I expect that one of these three guys up front, Hefner, Kirkbride, or Salem, is going to put up a time to beat right here at the start.
Well, I don't know. Peter Szabo has put out some smoking times out there, along with Brad Maris, and Big Al's been right up there too, along with Mr. McKinday has put up some really decent early practice times.
Hefner and Kirkbride have a lot of ballast today, Jack.
They do indeed.
Victories.
Hef with 30K, Kirkbride with 60K.
Which I believe is the max. We'll see what he can do with it.
And talking about ballast, Salem's going to have 20K. He took out Moses in the last race. Jesse Olsen will have 40, but he's out this race. Sean Ricker's going to have 20K as well. So I imagine as Hefner is now coming to the conclusion of his first hot lap, down at Rivazza 1 and 2, and then a full out on the straightaway. But I am going to keep an eye on these other guys here, and this leaderboard is going to change, I think, rather quickly.
43-0, 43-4, 42-4.
Yeah, Peter Szabo is now 42-129, so Peter Szabo is now in
you called
first
that one,
place.
Jack.
And Montgomery in second, Brad Maris in third.
There's Michael McKinday, not so quick yet. I'm sure we'll see a better time out of him this session.
Yeah, absolutely. He was throwing up 142s as well. So Dan Thorpe is just put in a good one. He's provisionally in P4 right now. Oh, he just dropped. David Poole has now popped up into P4. That's what I thought. These are going to change sort of drastically for a little bit here.
So Podium Hunters really shuffled back into the field with their first time. Normally we see at least one of those guys set up a really solid lap very early, but maybe that ballast doesn't matter a lot in the Thursday league, so that may be taking its toll on those guys as it should.
Yeah, absolutely. As you were mentioning, Zach's got 30K on there, and Captain Kirk is carrying 60K. So I mean, yeah. It's a pile of weight.
Szabo gonna improve his lap if he doesn't get caught up here on the last straight. Yep, into the 41s goes Peter Szabo. Hefner's up, putting him up into P2. But he's not in the 41s. We'll see who else gets there. Always interesting to race here, Jack, because this is a track that almost everybody is really familiar with.
Well, they should be, and it's a lot of fun. Definitely going to have to keep their P's and Q's about them. Exit of turn 10, Aqua Minerale. They're going to allow them to take the green, but if you get 4 tires off into the white, you're going to get penalized on that running wide. Of course, maximum 5 cuts on a corner equals a 1 lap penalty, so the boys will have to watch themselves.
Check out that Michael McKinday slipping into P2.
Wow, yeah, he looks speedy out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, so he went straight out and did two hot laps. That's what a lot of those guys did.
Definitely likes that Ferrari.
Yeah.
And welcome to you guys in the chat room. Always good to see you here on Thursday nights. We'll try to keep you included and involved. And just in the pre-race there, we're going to announce our big Tuning to Win winner from last week, Jake.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, Jack.
Well, the winner will be anyway.
Looking at Salem Montgomery, because I think his we got a Salem Montgomery fan with us. He's not as quick as his teammate. I didn't check on his laps, how many practice laps he gets in. You know, sometimes Salem does a lot of laps.
He tuned in rather late this evening. He was only here about 10 minutes before the switch over to qualifying, so he didn't get a lot of early laps in here.
I wonder if this is not his. Favorite track. Maybe he's one of those. Who knows? We'll see. Some people are really not fans.
Oh, maybe he was just busy doing the dishes before he got to the track.
You're gonna get him in trouble, Jack.
Zabo, Hefner, McKinday, and John Ludden.
Yeah.
Put in some run there.
Yeah, so there's the Porsche up on the second row, and he's coming out for another run. Brad Mary's into 5th with that last lap. His last timed lap. He's got another outlap since then. He's on a timed lap now. He's gonna have to keep up the pace if he wants to improve on this lap. Let's look at the boss. Currently 13th, but he's probably going to improve with this lap.
Yeah, he should keep it up and definitely improve a little bit there.
Lots of curb.
Yeah, it sort of surprised me. You know, some of the guys I thought would do rather well here are sort of languishing. Well, I shouldn't say languishing. I mean, again, you know, we've got 13 drivers.
13 drivers in 1 second. Yep.
You know, so I wouldn't say languishing, but I mean, you know, they're going to be starting a little farther back than they're used to be starting.
Yeah. Well, Al just slipped up to P8. Salem's getting a quick one in. Let's take another look at Salem here. Not count him out too early. He's only got 20 kilograms of success ballast today.
No, he has got penalty ballast.
Oh no! Well, that's what I get.
It still weighs the same.
It
still weighs the same, but I mean, you know, sometimes the penalty ballast is heavier.
Yeah, that's a light penalty there. Oh, wow.
Big slide there.
Yeah, not good for his lap time.
But, you know, he takes that. You know, a lot of the guys are taking that chicane in second gear. He runs right through there in third.
Wow. So he's given up on that lap. Not too much of a surprise there. So you've not looked at in a little while.
David Poole looks like he might, you know, if he can keep this sector going, he may improve a little bit here.
Yep, I'm going to hop back actually to Parsons. We haven't talked about these.
The Thunder from down
under.
Well,
you know, his sector 2 time's not very good, and then he gets a little unhappy over that last curb there. I don't know if this is going to be any better, Jack. That sector 2 time's no good.
A lot of the guys seem to be pushing pushing hard and not getting much success out of it.
I think a lot of these guys are going to run soft tires in the race. It's cool enough here to do that. All right, so Parsons doesn't really improve there. He might have improved by a couple hundredths. But he's going to do another time lapse, so keep an eye on that. Going to hop up here. Well, no, he's not improving either. Everybody's working at it, not much success. Maybe the fact that everybody is out on track at once is contributing to the lap times.
Well, I don't know. You know, I'm sort of scooting around the cars here. You know, they seem to got themselves spaced out pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, the start of this race is going to be a little dicey, though. You know,
yeah.
The whole first lap is going to be really tricky for these guys. So you're going to have to show some great patience, especially going into the first chicane, and it's always interesting.
Right. Sabo's going to improve his lap time, maybe.
Now a little shout out there. We've got Moses Choi out tonight.
Yes.
He's driving a McLaren.
And Sabo is not taking that lap. Interesting.
Yep.
Focus on his out lap. Ian Jolicourt may be able to improve here. He's got some time to make up. We'll see how he does through sector 2. Troy out of the server. That was quick. Assuming he forgot a setting or something.
So, where are you, Jake?
I'm watching Ian Jolicourt.
Yeah, currently sitting in P9.
He's not going to improve with this one.
No, and his teammate Chuck Carter is struggling back there in P21 right now.
Yeah, but the fastest Porsche is in P6. And it's about half a second faster than Jolicourt, so he's got some room there. He can improve. Well.
Yeah, Jolicourt is still seeing some PBs up there. Sam Rolfe just put up a PB. Currently sitting in P18. Dan Thorpe, another PB, just put that up there. He's sitting in P7.
Yeah, good result there so far for Dan Thorpe. 42s. He's going to go around for another lap, but I don't think he's going to improve because he's got...
Al Merriman. Oh, he had a good first sector, but he pooched it there. Yeah. Kirkbride might, if he can keep the last sector together, might squeeze. No, he may squeeze a little better time, but he's probably not going to improve.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for these guys. Michael McKinday looks like he's got a decent first sector time going there now.
Okay, Kirkbride hops up a couple spots there, Jack, up to 7th. Hop over to Michael now.
Yeah, I got to keep my eye on this, make sure he's in the green and not on the white, and there he goes. A little bobble there coming through there.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, man, they eat a lot of curb over there.
Oh, yeah, it's almost like a little, Olympic half-pipe ski jump there. Or maybe that's big hair. He'd really need a smoke in the last sector there to improve.
Right.
Mind you, sitting P3 here is not bad at all.
Looks like he's going to keep going. Is that Parsons behind him? Yep. So we know how fast Michael is. We'll see if Parsons can keep up with him. That'll be a good estimate as to how his lap time.
Well, broadcaster's curse. You just threw McKindy in the dirt.
Yep.
Way to go, Jake.
I know. I've done it again.
Yeah, we can't win a race for any of these guys, but we can sure help them lose.
That's right. So we've stayed pretty well away from the winners so far.
Well, I'm a little baffled here. You know, we got Parsons and Moses sitting in 15 and 17. You know, I really would expect them to be higher up in the order, but hey, that's just me.
I honestly don't think it's a good track for the Nissan. But you're right. I mean, this is like Chris's favorite track, right? So you'd expect really that he'd have that thing going as fast as he could, but then again, he's getting beat by his teammates. So I don't really know what's going on there.
Well, when you say, the track's, not very good for Nissan, nobody picked the Ferrari, and along comes a guy like Michael McKinley.
Right.
And he's just like, if everybody thinks the Ferrari's crap, boy, slide this guy into your car and let's see what he can do, because he sure seems to be turning the wheels pretty good on any track with this Ferrari.
Well, I mean, McKinley has shown clearly he's a lot better on the tracks he's familiar with. So, that's probably part of it. But yeah, I mean, but Moses is intimately familiar with this track, so I'm expecting. The other Nissans are skipping. Yeah, Greg Myers isn't here. Where's Rolf is. Nope, not his teammate. Thinking about the wrong league. Who's Greg's teammate?
Greg's teammate, Lehman. And he's not here tonight.
Yeah, they're not here.
No, Lehman posted up he would miss the race. Myers, I'm surprised. He was here in early practice this evening. He was out there dogging around the track with Chris Moses, so I'm surprised I don't see him. He's not got the car back in the paddock yet. But last week we had Kirkbride, Ludden, and Lehman on the podium at Olton Park, and Lehman finished third. So had a great showing there, and they're driving that Corvette, I believe, and had a great showing there with that drive by Mr. Lehman, and missing the race tonight. Now, Poole and Werner are also driving the Nissans. And Werner's got his up into P10, Poole into P12. So, and Werner is within a second of our provisional pole. And look at that. Hefner has got it on the provisional pole now, a 141.553.
McKinley just did a little cutsy there. I don't think Assetto Corsa will count the lap. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, was that at the Minerale?
Yep.
Over the white?
Yep. But
Salem Montgomery puts in a PB, sitting in P3.
Yeah, he improved his time, but he's not going to get the spots back. He's going to keep going, so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, it didn't improve his
position.
His position. So, but we got Hefner out in front by 261 hundredths.
Yep. Yeah, that's
almost
a quick
3/10.
Quick time from Hefner.
So you got 4 minutes left. Everybody get, they read quite the big pre-race drivers meeting.
Right. I don't think they've ever said that much. Yeah,
they've never talked that much at the drivers' meeting. That's for sure. I printed it out. It's well over a page. You know, don't do this, don't do that. Watch here, watch there, blah blah. You know, we got all sorts of stuff going on. So who knows? So yeah, we've got Montgomery with 20, Ricker with 20, Carlos De La Torre with 40, Olsen with 40. They're all penalty ballasts.
Very quick through Sector 2 is Michael McKinday, and he did not cut that time. He had the wheels on the green.
Attaboy, you keep your eye on these guys. I was watching them in the pre-race practice. I was following the guys all around, especially there.
Oh no. He's making space. He's doing one more. Wow, I don't know if he should have given that one up, Jack. That could have been first.
Well, he might have his Delta show, and he might not quite have had it in that last sector.
That's a good point.
Szabo on a hot one, too.
Yep, very, very hot. Wow. Hefner as well. Nope. Hefner is either tuning for one more.
Wow, big cut by Peter Szabo.
Come on, boys. Yeah, Hefner's
Oh, David Merosh has said Nissan should be great at this track, and Ferrari only works on softs. That's why no one picked it. Well, hey, McKinday seems to have got it figured out. So it looks like Szabo might he might just take P1 out of this, but I don't know what they're going to do because it was definitely a cut.
Well, he didn't.
No.
Lost 6/10 there in the third sector. So, going around for another one. But Michael McKinday is like, unless he's really got, I mean, he must have put a lot of laps fueling that car. If he's really got another one and then going to do one more. But we'll see about that. He's going around. He's about to cross the line. Ahead of him, I think that was Taylor, and he's going to do another lap. But
Taylor punches out.
Yep.
Szabo on a hot one as well. Coming down around the Minerale. Stays on the green this time.
Yep, wants this one to count, that's for sure. Hop up to Szabo. I don't think Michael McKinday, I mean, he might improve, but he's not going to get, first like he was looking like through the first two sectors on his quickest lap. Peter Szabo might, though. Sector 3's been his weakest sector so far as I can tell. But, yeah, he improves, but not enough.
Just not enough. Very, very close, though. In fact, we've got 12 drivers within 1 second. So, again, a very tight field. You know, almost 20 drivers within 2 seconds. So it's all tight.
So Hefner might have, you know, the same opportunity we've seen him already have this season to run away with first and just try to not make mistakes for the duration of the race. But Kirkbride's in it. Kirkbride's going to have a heck of a start with all those people around him.
Well, you know, he's got, Werner, Thorpe, Merriman, Jolicoeur, Ricker, They're all right there, so that should be quite the pack to watch. At the start of the race is going to be a little crazy. Again, Hefner and Zabo and Montgomery are probably going to get out there and try and fight for it. Brad Maris as well. Brad Maris sitting in provisional in P4 there. Those four guys may try to make a breakaway for it. With Michael McKinday maybe trying to hang on. Then there's a little bit of a gap between McKinday and Ludden in 6. So, we may have a 5-car chase pack to go out in the lead.
All right, so we got the new shorter wait time for sure this time, Jack. 1 minute wait time, and then we'll have that 4 minutes on the grid, and we'll run through the order and all that good stuff. But no surprises. We've seen the Zabo Salem combo, Zabo Montgomery combo, I guess I should say. Stick with the last name or the first name of the two. We've seen them do well. We've seen Podium Hunters do well. We've seen Brad do well. We've seen Michael McKinday do well. I guess we may have expected Kirkbride to be higher, but not really with 60 kilograms. That's just a lot of weight.
Yeah, he's carrying the sack of potatoes back there, so that's definitely got to affect him because, Zach is driving the same car. He's driving as Brad Maris and Al Merriman. So, you can see Brad's put his car into P4. No surprise that Kevin's put his car into P8, which is very close to Al Merriman in 10. So,
right, yeah.
The Lambos, the weight's going to affect them a bit. Hefner obviously, he got this track figured out.
Yep. Andrew Werner appeared to be contemplating a switch to mediums. I wonder what that's about. And then we were talking about, I had just said that this was not great for the Nissan, but look at Andrew Werner in 7th there. So definitely would have expected better from Chris and Urin. I don't know what that's about. And Chris looks like he's going to start on the medium tire as well.
Yeah, especially, we got David Poole, is also Werner's teammate. He's in the Nissan, and he qualified ahead of Aaron Parsons as well. So, the Werner Poole team's got to figure it out, and maybe, the Parsons Moses PMR just not happy in that Nissan.
Maybe not. All right, Jack, let's go ahead and run down the order and make sure we have enough time here. Zach Hefner starting first, as we've been talking about. Oops, that's not working. Peter Zabo starting in 2nd spot. Salem Montgomery will start 3rd. Brad Marys will start 4th. Michael McKinday with a good run starting 5th. John Ludden will put his Porsche in 6th place. Andrew Werner will start 7th. Kevin Kirkbride 8th. Dan Thorpe will start 9th. And Al Merriman will start in 10th spot.
Ian Jolicoeur in 11th, Sean Ricker in 12th, David Poole in 13th, Bjorn Heyman in 14th, Aaron Parsons in 15th, Jonathan Cuppet in 16th, Chris Moses in 17th, Matt Taylor 18th, Sam Rolfe in 19th, and Johnny McIntyre in 20th.
All right, Chuck Carter's in 21st, Moses Choi will start 22nd, Carlos De La Torre will start 23rd, Sergio Calderon, will start 24th, and then David Maros, with his no qualifying penalty, starts in that Purple Helmets Audi from the back. Not as far back as last week. Carlos got a raw deal there in 25th. It was just the 25th spot, Jack, that was messed up like that. You started way behind the field, but anyway.
Well, actually, that didn't turn out to be too bad because you can just throw the hammer down and let her go. Catch up to the rest of the guys. You got lots of room. So. I mean, let's get real. It's never great starting in the back. I'm usually back there, so I can attest to that.
Right.
Standings. The standings. Kirkbride's out in front. It was 66. Sabo is in 2nd in 48. Salem Montgomery is in 3rd with 45. John Ludden with 42. Hefner with 41. Ricker with 33. Al with 22. Lehman with 21. Poole with 21. And Parsons in 19. That's your top 10 in drivers.
Quick shuffle. I did the wrong thing. That's okay.
Team standings. Podium Hunters with 107. RPM with 93. Purple Helmets with 51. Robber Dogs with 46. 05 with 39. PMR with 36. And Gotta Go Barbie Pink with 36 as well.
How long's till green, Jack?
We got 1 minute.
Oh, great. That's plenty of time.
And actually, you know, I wanted to thank everybody for joining in last week. Thanks for sending in your correct answers to the Tune In to Win. And Mark DeGraw is the big winner. I'll put that up on the chat room. But believe me, with the 5 entries we had, they were all within seconds of each other coming in. But Mark DeGraw was the winner. So we'll get his information, get his T-shirt on the way, and we're probably going to run something similar again. I got to look for another prize. We'll get another prize going for maybe next week. We'll do the Tune In to Win again.
Absolutely. So our cars should disappear. Sweet. Okay. Oh, those are some weird cameras. All right, so let's see who gets out ahead here. Hefner does okay. Actually, the whole front getting out okay. There's a little bit of a backup in the middle. Not sure what that's about.
Still not bad. Not bad.
Here's the hard part. Everything's okay for now.
No, yeah, you're right. It looks like everybody read the driver's meeting notes or pre-race notes.
Absolutely, we're 3 wide there. That's a little scary going into this turn. But they straighten it out and make it out okay. Oh, that's Ludenoff? No, that's Ian Jolicoeur, who took it off in the Porsche there. But he seems to... Oh, and that's Cuppet. Sideways and...
Yeah, Cuppet is facing the wrong direction there.
Oh, no. He got hit pretty hard there. Not sure who was forced into the side of him there. Not
Whoa.
Really.
Yeah, he's battered up pretty bad. Driver's side glass all broken, so he's got some damage going on. So Jonathan Cuppet back at the back of the pack.
I just saw somebody go off in the grass, I thought, but I guess not. As everybody's gotten through okay. Lock it down here and look at the rest of the field. And then we'll start hunting down our battles. Looks like Matt Taylor's in one.
Well, they're all in a battle right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's David Poole off track. Not a good start for David. Now he's in 22nd. Not a good first lap anyway. Szabo's taking the lead up front.
Yes. Indeed, and Szabo's out in front, and Hefner's going to have to try and play catch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But going a little farther back to 5th, we got Brad Maris and Michael McKinday, and that's what I thought. I thought this front pack here was going to, and oh, geez, back to 7th.
Yeah.
Back to 8th.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a freight train we got going here.
Yeah, yeah. It keeps going, Jack. Now we got a train forming from 10th to 14th. Oh goodness, they're all over the place.
Yeah, they're running pretty hard here right now, all the way to the back of the pack. So early on, we're only into the second lap though, but it's Szabo, Hefner, Montgomery, McKinday, Maris, Ludden, Kirkbride, Werner, Thorpe, and Big Al Merriman, top 10.
David Maros bumping people into the slowest part of the track. Needs to practice some patience there. You can't pass everybody on lap 2, although he's passed, what, a third of the field so far, so he's certainly trying.
Well, yeah. But he's got Jolicoeur and Parsons in front, so it's going to be hard passing there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
well, especially if he takes Jolicoeur off.
Well, just come back at him, that's all.
Well, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this battle for now. What's going on up front? Looks like Szabo and Hefner pulling away a little bit.
They are indeed. They sort of got in the gap, but McKinday is hanging onto the back end of Montgomery. Sale get a little, grabbing way too much of that chicane there through Tamburlo.
Yep. Still that train going. Spread out a little bit from 3rd to 8th, 7th, 9th, 10th. I don't know. Too far back there.
Yeah, all the way back to 11.
You see a little gap behind Kirk Rice.
Moses is climbed up to P12 now, and he's sort of clear of this little freight train that's going on up here between Ricker and Merriman, Thorpe, Warner, Kirkbride, Ludden, Harris, McKinley, and Montgomery.
Oh man, every once in a while I pop back here and look at David Morrow's. Goes a little wider there. It totally avoids the problem. That's works, but it looks slow. Looks like Michael McKinday is gonna contest Sale Montgomery Jr. for that podium spot.
Well, he's definitely keeping Salem honest, that's for sure.
Yep. Now that Ferrari that we keep talking about doesn't seem to have the top end. But we'll see how high in the reds he is. It's got the power way down low, so. Yep.
He's using the power down low too.
Yeah, in the draft. Yeah, that's working for him.
Beautiful pass. Beautiful.
Great,
Can Salem come back
for the
now?
Ferrari. Yeah, good question. Or will Brad? Oh wow.
Brad saying me too.
That's a pretty risky move from Brad.
Whoa,
and it's gonna cost him. And it's gonna cost him.
Harris is off.
Oh no.
He's in the dirt. He's down to P11 now.
Wow.
P12, P13, P14, P15. Costly one. Now, Kirkbride all over the back of John Ludden.
Good eye. Looks like, did Chris Moses just set the fastest lap of the race? No, he just set his own personal best. Hefner with fastest lap of the race so far. And where's Peter Szabo?
Whoa, Szabo is in 25th. Jeez, I can't keep up.
I didn't see him. We're watching the whole field, Jack. How did we not see him go through? He must have pitted. I have no idea. We'll see. Whatever he did,
he just had one crappy lap. He lost. He's got a lap of a 151 up on my screen.
Yeah.
So that puts Hefner out in front, McKinday in second, Montgomery in third, and then Montgomery's got a tailpipe full of Ludden, and Kirkbride is now up into fifth and making a pass on Ludden. Kirkbride having a look on the inside.
Ludden goes wide. Mess up there. But,
that's boy, and Ludden drops spots. I can't even keep up to that one.
I think
Ricker goes by.
I think they both got in there faster than they intended to.
Absolutely. Nobody wanted to throw the anchor out. That's the problem there. Neither one of them. Whoa. Now Moses all up over the back of John Ludden.
Yep.
So, a little bit of a change up front here.
Side by side, that's Thorpe and Andrew Werner. Andrew makes the pass there. 4-5.
It was right there with you. It's crazy time off here. And right behind Dan Thorpe is Al Merriman, who's now running in P7.
Yeah.
But, his partner, Brad Maris, is not going to be happy being shuffled all the way back to P14.
Uh-oh. He and Joel made a mistake back in the 16th, and that means David Morrow's by him. They were together passing cars. They got by Brad Maris after his mistake. But now David Morrow continues the forward charge without his hood ornament.
So, Hefner out in front, turning 143s. McKinday, his last lap was, that's Hefner's lap. 143, McKinday, 142.
Wow.
And yeah, so McKinday is trying to put down some laps here. Montgomery's running in the 143s. Kirkbride in the 144s. And Werner in the 145s.
Moses just snuck by John Ludden, and his teammate is not far behind. And his teammate's
and
get
Parsons
by John
on the inside.
Does John Ludden have damage or something? No, he's not giving that up. He's just leaving room.
No, car's clean. Just did a sweep around his car.
Really different lines into that hairpin for, of course, the rear engine running. So it looked pretty strange, but no, that was their lines. So, or the race next to each other at least.
Yeah, just a little farther up there, we've got Sean Ricker, Jason Al Merriman, and Dan Thorpe. And who is that up there? Oh, Andrew Werner. Marosh and Bjorn Heyman.
Yep.
They're fighting all over the place here.
Jolicoeur's going to try to fight his way back up. I'm sure I'll check the damage. His wheel's pretty straight.
So, after early lap traffic, Brad Maris is now in P14, and he's running 144s, although he had a really crappy last lap. I don't know what happened there. Oh, he might have just been tied up in traffic. Now he's running 143s, so I'm looking for Brad Maris to move his way up as the race progresses. But still a lot of action going on here, anywhere from like P5 to like P10. Whoa. Brad Maris punts John Ludden.
Uh-oh.
Everybody hangs on. Though. Boy, Ludden pulled right out in front of... Ludden had the inside line. Maris had the outside line. Now Maris goes around on the inside. John Ludden gives him room. Holy jumping. Now we got them all backed up there. Jolicoeur is now chasing Matt Taylor.
Yep. Wow.
Whoa,
risky, guys.
This is not
boys.
good. This is not good. Whoa. Jolicoeur takes it way out.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good move, actually.
Yeah, that was impressive.
You know, to avoid that, so woohoo! Oh boy.
Yeah. Taylor gathered it up okay, but that gave him at least a 5-second gap back to just behind him.
Yeah, so Chris Moses, who started out mid-pack, is now up to P9. Got some clear track, so if he can put down some decent laps, he should be able to catch up to Sean Ricker, who has been bird dogging Al Merriman and Dan Thorpe and Andrew Werner for a bunch of laps now, and the rest of them are getting spaced out pretty good.
Sean Ricker's going faster than Chris Moses, so I wonder if a gap's going to appear there, Jack.
Yeah, you're right. Almost a second. So 1 second a lap, and it's going to open up. And we know that Parsons and Moses were struggling getting up to the race pace of everybody else here.
Yeah, they really were. So we'll see if they get back. I mean, their lap time is 44s, low 44s, not bad, but some of these guys up further up are really turning 43s at this point. Sam Montgomery Jr., McKinday, even Kirkbride, 60 kilograms was 43.1 last two laps. So.
Yeah, 43.1 for McKinday as well, but he was turning some 42s as well. So, McKinday looks like he may keep that bit of a gap there to Montgomery, but he's only 2.7 seconds back of Hefner. So, anything can happen. But we haven't seen a lot of Michael McKinday, so we don't know if his is he smooth in the pit stops? We're not sure. We'll keep an eye on him come pit stop time. I take it these guys are going to go probably more like a 50-50 deal. I'm showing most of these guys on softs.
Yeah, it's nice and cool here today, Jack. So pretty much everybody running softs. Yeah.
Now we got Al Merriman trying to get by Dan Thorpe, but he's got Sean Ricker all over his tailpipe. So the Barbie Pink is being chased by the big Barney Purple.
Yeah, that purple helmet's Audi in good hands with David Maros. I think he's done quite well. It's starting from last, and he's up to, sorry, that's Ricker. I'm sorry. But Maros is up to 11th, but this is Ricker chasing around Al Merriman. I wonder. See a lot of guys following each other around at this point.
Probably trying to find their way around.
David Maros versus Aaron Parsons has been a battle that has gone poorly a few times now. I think this is partially because Parsons is in Australia and has a little bit more of a latency thing, but we'll see how it goes this time. They're both really, I mean, Parsons especially is quite a clean guy. David, a bit of a reputation, but he's extremely fast.
Really? What kind of a reputation would that be, Jake?
Oh, he races hard. That's all, Jack.
There you go. And Maros having a look on the inside of Aaron Parsons.
Yeah, he's going to get it. That was a good place there.
Whoa, the Barbie Pink. Brad Maris comes up and says, I'm coming through.
I'll take it. Yep. Brad been pretty opportunistic this round, this race so far.
Well, you know what? He got punted way back, and I got a feeling that he's got the bit between his teeth, and he is just going to put it down. And he has actually been turning some, low 43s. So
right. He's on the pace.
I think so. Not going to surprise me. Parsons is turning 44s. So definitely Brad has pace over Mr. Parsons.
Just hopping on board with Bjorn Heyman to check I can see all three cars here. Parsons, Marys, and Maros ahead. And Moses is ahead of him. So Moses and Parsons are split by a few cars right here. And Moses still in the 44s. Maros into the 43s here some laps. With nobody in front of him, he may be able to keep it up and start to close that gap. We'll see. It looks like he is.
Well, he better hope he can close the gap, because Brad Maris is coming up behind him. So it's not going to be long that Brad Maris is going to just say, if you can't do it, get out of my way. I'm coming through. Because it sure looked that way on that last group of passes he made.
Ooh.
So, what?
Moses was very slidey and very off track there in the exit of that last turn. I'm watching Ricker, and I saw him sliding through the grass behind. He's, like Moses likes to use loose tubes, but it's another thing seeing it in action.
I've tried. He's been gracious enough to slide me some setups, and I've just got in and went, no, thank you. Thanks for the offer. I can't even keep the car on track.
Right.
So, Sean Ricker, Al Merriman, Dan Thorpe still locked in a three-way battle there. Good battling going on.
Yeah, everybody nice and slow through the chicane there. I hadn't done it on board with anybody
Now, where is our Peter Zabo? All the way back to P19.
Yeah, he's
Man,
fighting.
I wish I had instant replay.
Yeah, he's fighting his way back up, but he's got a lot of.
Yeah, that's not going to help RPM. That's for sure. No, he's got 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's just turning 143s. He's had a couple of bad laps, though. You know, he's got a 151, a 147, and then the 216. He must have punched it and had to take it in.
He definitely had. He was in the pits, Jack. We missed that because we would have seen him as he went through the field. He was tilting his way back.
Whoa! David Marosh and Chris Moses going at it side by side.
Yep, just picked up on that.
Marosh trying to do the old over-under, and here he goes. Bit of a drag race.
He's on the wrong side for this next corner. But, nope, I was wrong.
Well,
I get all backwards from the broadcast.
Wow, and look who's sliding through here.
Yeah.
One farther back, Brad Maris in the catbird position. And well, Brad saying, you guys duking it out.
David gets it, but Brad does not. Pretty interesting. Not able to slip through there on that attempt with Brad.
Well, he'd already been punted down a dozen spots already. I'm pretty sure he's thinking, I don't need to be doing this again.
Yeah. Oh, man. Al Merriman closing up on Sean Rickert. Saw Rickert able to get by earlier, but it looks like Al's going to take that spot back. We know that Lamborghini's got great straight line speed. Oh, yeah. He's going to take the inside.
Yep.
Making it look
big
easy
speed coming down there.
So Merriman back into 7th, and his teammate is working his way forward to him. He's not far off now. Just 4 seconds covers those 5 guys.
Yeah, so a great drive by the gotta go by pink drivers. So Hef out in front, just as an FYI. That gap is around 3 seconds to McKinday and almost 6 seconds back to Montgomery. So and then 4 seconds back to Kirkbride.
Jack. Hef did it first, and then Michael McKinday at 42.4 last lap. That's quick. That's faster than. Gosh, what's our qualifying time? Was it a 41?
Yeah.
That's quick. Our first few qualifying laps weren't that fast.
Yeah, in that Ferrari that nobody wanted.
I drove it in the fun race after the draft picks. I thought it was fantastic. The gearing is interesting, and you got to figure out how to get the top speed out of it that you need. But yeah, it turns really good. That's for sure. Sometimes too good.
Whoa! I just flicked over Jonathan Cuppett coming through the. Minerale almost lost it, got it back going again though, but Jonathan struggling down in P18 right now.
Yeah, Peter Zabo got past him sometime in that last lap. Looks like Andrew Werner may be closing the gap here to Kirkbride. Let's take a look at lap times.
Absolutely. I was just grab those guys. Kirkbride grabbing a little bit of grass there, slowed him down. Werner all over the back end of him now. Werner going to see if he can get a run on him, and looks like he might. Yeah, it looks like Kevin's letting him go by.
It does.
He did. Kirkbride is that he purposely let him go by.
Yeah. Well, Kirkbride knows his limits, especially with the 60 kilograms. He's not going to hold him up on principle, and I think those guys.
P5, he's going to shed some poundage, I think.
Oh, that's exactly right. Good point. Because P4, he's 60 kilograms next race. Yeah, that's a good point. And really, at P5, he's got nothing from behind him. He's not worried about anything.
No,
Dan Thorpe's not quick enough.
And Hefner and Kirkbride, they, eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff. So he's probably saying, "Yep, got the point spread there. We got we're okay. I can give up a couple of points to shed all this poundage."
Well, and he knows. I don't know if he knows, but he's probably
Ricker's out.
Oh no, I'm not sure what happened there. He's probably somewhat aware, Jack, of Szabo being out of the points currently. He may have seen him. He probably has a better visibility of whether he was in the pits or not as he went by. So, the podium hunters are in a really good spot.
So, why don't you give us a bit of a rundown there, Jake?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hefner running. We talked about Hefner running first, and that 3-second gap, which is like clockwork, 3 seconds. Hefner turning low 43s at this point, and so is Michael McKinday. You wonder if it is the tires, as we are 3/4 of the way through to their pit stops here. So I wonder if the tires are getting a little worn. They are only soft tires. Right, so Michael McKinday's in second. Sale Montgomery Jr. is running around in third spot. He's been a little bit solo for a little while. He's got 7 seconds ahead and 3 seconds behind, so we haven't actually talked about him. He's been pretty consistent this race. Andrew Werner has worked his way up to fourth spot. Kevin Kirkbride just let Werner by, and he's going to cruise around in fifth. Probably try to finish fifth to get some points, but also to get some of that weight off the car. Kirkbride, pretty tactical guy. Dan Thorpe going around in sixth. That's Al Merriman in seventh spot. That's David Morrow's trying to work his way up to Al. We'll see if that's going to happen. Looks like he's really going to have to work for it. Brad Marys is behind David Morrows, but we'll see. He's certainly going to be eager to get by and up to his teammate. Chris Moses is in 10th spot. You want to do the rest, Jack?
Sure. Aaron Parsons in 11th, being hunted down by Ian Jolicoeur in 12th, Bjorn Heyman in 13th, David Poole in 14th, John Ludden in 15th, Mr. Taylor in 16th, Peter Zavo in 17th, Jonathan Cuppet in 18th, Johnny McIntyre in 19th, and Moses Choi in 20th.
Yeah, Chuck Carter 21st, Carlos De La Torres in 22nd. This guy's actually battling right now. They're still on the lead lap. Sergio Calderon is not, just recently passed by Hefner there, and he's in 23rd. So we've got 2 DNFs so far.
Yeah, and they're getting themselves spaced out, fairly well. We've got, it looks like Kirkbride is got space to run.
How about
Werner's out in front of him, but he's letting him run.
How about a classic Jolicoeur versus Parsons, Porsche versus Nissan battle here, Jack?
It is a good battle, and you know that Ian is looking on the inside here through the chicane. Parsons gives him room and lets him go. So
that was awfully nice.
I think that was more of I'm throwing the anchor out, Ian. If you want it that bad, go take it. It sure looked like Aaron threw the brakes on pretty quick to let him slide through that chicane.
I wonder when these guys will start taking pit stops. Probably at the end of lap 20, most waiting until the end of lap 21.
Yeah, 21, 22. We've seen some of the guys hold it out a lap or two longer.
Sergio out.
Oh!
So I don't think he had an issue there. I bet it was just not doing too well and maybe didn't feel it tonight. So we'll see you next week, Sergio.
Hang in there, Sergio. I know the feeling.
Yep.
Sam Rolfe out.
Oh, that's no good. I thought he was already out. Anyway.
Oh, he might have just left the server.
Yeah.
So, got a little bit of four-way going back here. That sounds terrible. John Ludden.
Not that kind of stream, Jack.
David Poole, Bjorn Heyman, and they're trying to chase down Mr. Parsons now.
Yeah, they sure are. Just hopped into the back here. We'll hop in the car with John Ludden.
Yeah, Poole had a little bit of a bobble coming out of Minerali there, so Ludden's all over the back of this. And these GT cars just love the curbing, don't they?
Yeah, they seem to.
And I'm not sure if he's in close enough. The Nissan seems to have a bit more grunt down the straight there. John doesn't seem to be able to close the gap there.
Yep.
So, as that race there progresses, and that's for P15. Actually, it's not, it's for P12, actually. They're racing for P12. Just as an FYI, I'll keep my eye on them. Brad Maris has moved up into P9. And he's got David Marosh and teammate Al Merriman in front of him. So there's basically a four-way battle going on right now for P6, but it hasn't heated up yet.
Yeah,
well, it's still back there.
Maros and Merriman, the two hardest to tell apart on the scoreboard. It's nice when they're next to each other until we lose track of who's ahead. I guess we'll just have to watch them.
Whoa, Poole getting a little bobble coming out of that chicane, and Ludden having a little sneak peek down on the outside.
Not able to hold the stay side by side there as long as he needed to be on the inside of that corner.
All over the back of David Poole, though, so they might be in tight enough to grab a bit of a draft here.
Right.
But again, that Nissan just seems to pull a little bit away there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, and just a little shout out. We got a really good battle going back for P21 between Chuck Carter and Carlos Delatorre.
All right.
Well, Chuck lets Carlos off the hook at the Minerali. Gets it a little wrong there, but go get him, Chuck.
Merriman and Maros is about to heat up, Jack. Battle for 7th is on.
Well, Brad Maris is chasing David Maros, but David Maros is saying,
Al makes a mistake
there.
Al
Merriman, yes, gets it all wrong. Maros on the inside, side by side. Al Merriman, David Maros. David got the advantage here in the chicane. Al's got to let him have room.
Yep.
And Brad Maris looks like Al's going to let Brad go by.
Yeah. Team orders there.
Great, the boss will love it. We got him on camera, so boss is gonna love that. Got the whole team there.
Yeah,
gotta get it. If they don't get points, we do.
Okay, Brad's going into pit here at the end of lap 19, so a little bit early. I think he's got some damage he'd like to get fixed, and also gets him away from his teammate. That avoids any catastrophic points disaster for those guys. So first to pit, unless you count some damage pits earlier on. Peter Szabo was battling Matt Taylor. Now Matt Taylor takes him to the pits as well.
Well, just as a little update, the gap between Zach Hefner in P1 and Michael McKinday in P2 is down to 1.4 seconds. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but he's been picking up maybe a quarter of a second per lap to tighten that up.
No, absolutely. I just checked his times and saw that he pulled another 42 on lap 18. I don't think, Hefner's not doing that anymore. He got a 42, but I mean, he's got 30 kilograms in the softs. He's got to be getting old at this point. So we'll see how pit stops actually will affect this battle. 22.3 seconds in the pit for Matt Taylor. He's coming out in 20th, so he's got to work his way back up. But at least he's got damage. I don't know if he had damage. Teammate Cuppet certainly had damage, but he hasn't pitted yet.
And, you know, I just got to say it again. You know, I know we've mentioned it a couple of times. I just love that paint job on that Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. Talking about Michaels.
So Hefner is now coming up on, looks like Chuck Carter.
Ooh, lap traffic making
Chuck's
a difference
pulling
here.
Over. Chuck's really got to pull out,
yep.
You know, to take that corner and try and maybe stay out of the way here. Definitely he'll get out of the way in the next corner.
I would have taken the outside there, but he likes to get out of the way on the straights. Michael going for the draft there.
Well, Michael's using maybe a little bit of a draft,
Yep.
You know, we got to talk to Michael again and find out, you know, where did this guy hone his racecraft? Because, boy, you know, to come in, you know, in 3 races and be, you know, podium bound in 2 of them is incredible.
Right, yeah.
In this league.
Yeah, no, it is. And I think the ones where he saw him do not so well, he wasn't familiar, but we didn't see him do anything, you know. I don't think we saw him hit anybody. Maybe I'm just not remembering, but yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Extremely clean driver.
So Brad's back out. And I'm just going to check. Hefner's in. McKinday in.
Yep. Oh, Hefner, little trick there.
Montgomery in.
Gets a little bit of extra distance on the slide in the pits. Let's see if that makes sense.
Kirkbride in. Looks like it's going to be a wholesale change.
Yeah, I think it's everybody, Jack. See if Moses or Jolicoeur do anything different. That's because you guys like to mix it up. Me and Jolicoeur
stays out.
Yep.
You called it.
Yep. But it's Ludden, not his teammate, but another Porsche, he's going in. So is Parsons. So yeah, it's Jolicoeur wants to lead him some laps. All right, so Hefner 22.4 gets.
And McKinday right behind him.
Let's see what that gap ends up being. Yeah, I think Hefner a little bit quicker through the pits there.
Absolutely, you know, picked up a second or so.
Yep.
I don't, you know, with 20 laps to go, I don't know if that's going to be enough.
A couple tenths. Yeah, he only gained a couple tenths, Jack. So yeah,
I don't think it's going to be enough. That's if McKinday can hold it together. You know, there's still 20 laps to go, so we still got a lot of racing to go.
Yep. Peter Szabo just pitted. He's coming out in the points this time. And 16th.
So Parsons, Bjorn Heyman gets around John Ludden. Parsons in 15th is chasing down John Ludden. So John has struggled, I guess, just coming out of the pits there. So he's got a bit of a sandwich going on there.
Yep.
Whoa, and we got, you know, just a FYI, I'll let you know how it transpires, but as fate would have it, we've got Chris Moses chasing Big Al Merriman now. So there's still a ways away, but, you know, 2 of our NAGP stalwarts here. But, Merriman and Brad Maris are now in 9th and 8th, so they're doing quite well.
That gap from Hefner to McKinday down to 1.4 1.4, was 1.3. So he's
David Marosh is now putting a move on. Oh, let's try the grass. David Thorpe. Oh, Dan Thorpe goes into the pits. That was close. David Marosh almost T-boned him.
Just barely missed that one.
It's okay. It was
got a lot of. He's really moving now. Wow. Where is? Oh, right. Rickard's out. Okay.
Yeah.
So, tomorrow's the last hope for purple helmets, and I'm sure he'll deliver here. Well, he already has.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing a great job there. Doing great in for Jesse Olsen.
Looks like Ludden and his teammate Bjorn Heyman are nose to tail ahead of Bjorn Parsons. I wonder if he's going to be able to get by. Certainly his teammate was.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for a way by. You know, the two teammates, you know, it almost looks like, you know, as close as Bjorn is up in behind Ludden, it almost looks like Bjorn might have some pace.
I wonder if they're racing each other, Jack.
So no team orders.
I don't know. Between those guys, you gotta wonder.
What do you mean between those guys?
I don't know. They're not two guys that I have seen let each other by a lot.
All right, Mr. Sean Ricker's up on the chat room. He got a disconnect.
Oh,
I
no.
hate that.
Oh,
there is nothing
that's
worse than technical problems.
I'm sorry, Sean, man. I hate that for you.
Parsons on the outside, going around Bjorn Heyman.
Keep an eye on that gap in first and second. Let me know if I'm missing anything up there. That's 0.6 now. Okay. That's pretty close. All right, and so Parsons gets by.
Parsons, yeah, he makes the pass. Sticks on the inside there, and now is looking at Bjorn's partner, John Ludden, to get him up into P12.
John Ludden with 30 kilograms, that penalty ballast.
McKinday all over the back of Zach Hefner. You
Bjorn
better get
Heyman
up
with the
here.
moment there really loses time. All right, gonna hop up to that battle for first as they approach.
And these two guys have really put a gap on. Montgomery is 9 seconds back.
Yeah. Looks like they're getting up close to Moses Choi.
Well, Moses got the blue flag. He's all the way over at the side. Yep, lets off. Big fuel dump coming out of the back of that car. So way to go, Moses. Boy, these guys are really going at it. And the lap times are almost almost exactly 43 flats. So these guys are both putting on, as you said earlier, almost qualification times.
Yeah, they're going absolutely as fast as they can with that much fuel on board, Jack, and they're going to sneak into the 42s. If not this next lap, probably the one after that. But, you know, the risk when you're pushing this hard is always, you never want to overdo it, so we'll see.
Well, you know, they've got 25 laps in, so they should be into a pretty good rhythm at this point.
Yeah, but they're going quicker now.
Well, yeah, and McKinday, a little sloppy. Big slide there.
That's a moment there. That's going to cost him.
You know, that's our fault. That was the broadcaster's curse.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And Hef is probably going, whew, a little bit of breathing space there.
Big sigh of relief for Zach Hefner. That's exactly what he needs in first place. Hefner, not a guy that cracks under pressure, don't get me wrong, but he has made some pretty dramatic mistakes this season that have cost him a little bit. He could have been on the podium, you know, a couple times and had some problems, so could have been higher up. But anyway,
well, a
I
little
bet
farther back, as an FYI, we got Jonathan Cuppett chasing down Johnny McIntyre. So there's a couple of battles going on here, and Szabo chasing Hefner or Heyman.
I told
so
you,
there's
Jack.
a few battles going on.
Hefner's in the 42s now, so yeah, that's going to be the time. Michael McKinda, after that mistake, he was 43.8, so that really, he was right on Zach's bumper, and that cost him 1.8, almost the whole 1.8 he's got now.
Well, that cost him like 10 laps of catch-up.
Yeah, you're not kidding, because the gap's that small. So we will keep an eye on that gap and go back up there. Meanwhile, Peter Szabo's still trying to work his way up through the field. He's 15th now. I know we got Szabo fans. I haven't been delivering.
Yeah, well, okay, well, on board with Peter Szabo, all over the back looking for a way around Bjorn Heyman. And Heyman takes it off, and Szabo down on the inside.
That was close.
Woo. Good on Bjorn to keep control of that car. He was definitely doing a lawn boy job there. But now Szabo's got Parsons in his sights, so not only is he going to pick up one spot, now he's looking at P13.
Right.
But you know what? Good on Bjorn. He's hanging on to the back of Peter. Just follow Peter around. You're
well,
as
you said, we saw earlier, it looked like Bjorn in some parts of the track was quicker than his teammate Ludden, and Ludden's up there in 12th. So I think you get behind somebody and you get kind of, it seems like some of these guys have fallen back and got behind somebody and maybe relaxed their pace to last the race distance. And, falling back a bit. See teammates split, especially Moses and Parsons. But now also Ludden and Bjorn Heyman.
Yeah, we got some really, really decent times, going from some of these drivers tonight. So good on everybody here.
Yeah.
And it's a fun, fast track. I gotta say, I really enjoy this track immensely.
They're spreading out, Jack.
They are indeed.
We've only got P1 and P2.
Yes. Yeah, he's slipped a little bit. Hefner seems to have put his head down after that little bobble by McKinday and increased the gap to 1.9 seconds, 1.8, 1.7.
McKinday sneaking into the 42s that last lap. As I expected, they're burning off fuel. They're getting a little quicker, but Hefner even faster, so.
Yeah, Hef's just, got a great drive going tonight, but I got to hand it to this McKinday. Been a surprise to me.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, consistency at that pretty extreme pace is what's going to make the difference up there in the front. But McKinday really got an uphill battle, even for just the 1.8 seconds ahead of him.
Well, still, to come into the game sort of, McKinday pushing very hard. He's put it in. Keep it off the wall. Keep it off the wall.
He does.
Oh, boy. He's trying too hard.
All right, yeah, I'd say so. Maybe you can't maintain that pace. He's trying 42.7. Quick. That's the last lap he turned 42.9 and then 42.7. He's trying to match Hefner's 42.7 that he just turned. But no, it seems like Hefner's quicker, and he's gonna take first. It looks like Michael's stuck in second.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you know what? Michael's just got to keep it together. He's just got to keep it down into the high 42s if he can, because Montgomery's not far behind him in the low 43s.
Yeah, but Montgomery's 6 seconds behind, so really he's pretty safe, Jack. He can back it off. So
well, that last little bobble cost McKinday 5 seconds.
That's a good point.
One little bobble and somebody's right up your tailpipe. So we got Hefner, McKinley, Montgomery, Werner, Kirkbride, Merriman, Maris, Merriman, Moses, and Jolicoeur. Jolicoeur up to P10. I'm surprised there. Oh, and Jolicoeur is now trying to put a little bit of pressure on the pit wizard, Chris Moses. Points positions, 1 through 16 get points. And I couldn't tell you how much for each one, but that's how many there are. And again, thanks for the viewers for joining in tonight. And like I mentioned earlier, Mark DeGraw was the winner of the Most Sport Retro t-shirt from last week's Tune In to Win. I think we'll do that again next week. So tune in next week. We're going to have another giveaway next week. First, I'll be giving away my pension check. Where are you out there?
I just picked up Peter Szabo as he tries to work his way forward. He's pretty much caught up to Parsons, and Parsons is caught up to, that is
Carlos.
He's
lapping traffic.
Yep.
You're like magic. I'm there, and every time I switch over to another car, you're already ahead of me there. So Szabo going down, looking on the inside of Aaron Parsons, who is going to take the preferred line, and Peter will take that line as well. Whoa! Oh boy. They're in close together into this complex here, into Minerale. We'll see who goes wide here.
Nobody? Not really.
Now, interested to see how Szabo takes this McLaren through here. In second. Isn't that strange? Because I'm pretty sure Kirkbride was taking the McLaren through there in third. So
you mean Salem, but yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Salem was taking that through in third. So a little bit of maybe a gearbox set up a little differently there.
Yeah. So other battles, looks like got to keep an eye on Jolicoeur for night. But right now, these two guys are closest. As Peter Szabo tries to work his way forward for some more points.
Yeah, unfortunate incident. No, Szabo having a look on the inside there. Quite a battle going on there between Peter Szabo and Aaron Parsons late in the race. 30 out of 41 in the books. Two great drivers, though.
Yep.
That Piratella corner that they're just going through, that's a real pucker for me whenever I go around there. The car always feels like it wants to drift off into Neverland.
Szabo looking quite a lot quicker through that little weird section there.
Yeah, the Minerale.
Yeah. You said it enough times, you think I'd pick up on it.
Nah, it's okay.
But no, not able to get an advantage here. We talked about the Nissan going away on the straights. We don't think it's going to get an advantage there, so have to keep a close eye on these guys because Peter Szabo's closing. Nope, not quite.
Well, he's definitely got his work cut out for him.
Lots of curves for Peter Szabo. Really interesting there. That will ruin your day in some of the cars I drive around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Peter is taking full advantage of
Yeah.
the wide track back end of that car. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Got a good run off that last corner and is in tight with Parsons. Parsons slight little bobble there in Piratella.
Oh, this is a hard spot to pass. It's a bad spot to be going a little too much faster than the guy in front of you, but they get through there okay.
Yeah, Parsons doing a great job with the, holding his line. It's going to make it real tough. Peter's going to have to go right off the driving line to get by him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it looks like both of the PMR drivers have got their hands full. This is the closer battle here, and Szabo up tight. He's going to grab a draft and go around.
Yep, he's going to try.
He's looking for which way? Oh, Parsons right in the middle of the track.
He's right on there.
And now takes a look on the inside, and Parsons throws the brake out, lets him go by.
Lots of curb there, but he keeps doing that.
Yeah.
Parsons looking quick now, though.
Cup it out.
Oh, Parsons lifted there. Not sure what happened to Cup it, but he was out of the points. Giving up on it. Looks like Jolkor has closed that gap to Moses.
Absolutely.
Keep an eye on that gap, Szabo to Parsons, but it looks like Parsons.
And here goes Jolkor having a look on the outside. Again, just like his teammate, Moses has got his hands full. Both the PMR drivers have got a heck of a race going on here late at Imola.
Right.
And just as an FYI, as hard as he is trying, Michael McKinday is slowly gaining on Hefner, but he may just run right out of laps to do it.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the time, Jack. He is slowly gaining, though. You're absolutely right about that. Hefner's backed it off a little bit, wisely running a more conservative pace. So, but Mike, you can't get half a second a lap, and that's what he needs. A little more than that, actually. So that's probably not happening. You can certainly keep second. That's not a bad finish. I guess the first in AGP podium for Michael.
No, he finished third.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Moving
up one
race?
step every race. I mean, I could only dream of that stuff. So, Jolkor and Moses still at it.
Still at it.
And, this is pretty good testament to, keeping it consistent and steady. Moses running in the, high 43s, low 44s. Yep.
You say that, Jack. You're giving him the curse. That was a heck of a recovery there by Ian Jolkor.
Yeah, they just love using all that curb though, and
well, that was not intentional. He was fully. That was a real significant slip angle there. So that takes the heat off of Moses for now. I guess we can hop back and check out Dan Thorpe versus Matt Taylor.
Well, just as an FYI, with Jolkor pushing Moses the way he was, Moses put down his PB lap.
Yep, saw that.
So Dan Thorpe has slipped back a little bit to P16, but giving Matt Taylor a run.
And Ian Jolicoeur closing that gap again. Let's see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ian wants that spot. And talk about wanting a spot. It's going to heat up here shortly. Andrew Werner is closing the gap up on Salem Montgomery.
Good eye, Jack.
And he's picking up, you know, a couple of tenths a lap on him. So Werner is what's on that podium.
I like how they're...
Oh, and Montgomery takes it off. He's into the wall.
Oh, that's no good. He's got to make a decision here. Will he take it
in the
into
grass.
the pits?
No, he's going to punch out.
He's done. Wow.
No, he's pissed off. He's now going for it. Excuse me. He's back out.
I wonder if he was turning the wheel and figuring out if he was going to pit or not. I don't know what that was. Let's see what he's got. Looks like the wheel's on straight, so that's...
yeah, the rest of the car looks not bad.
Yeah, he's going to have some aero damage, but that's not the end of the world. We'll see what he can do. Looks like his rear wing's okay, so maybe he can compensate with some brake adjustments and make do here. We'll see how his lap times are, but still holding on to the top 10. Looks like Al Merriman's going to get a chance at him pretty soon as he figures out his newly modified McLaren.
So that puts Werner on the podium in P3. But look at that, you know, Hefner and Kirkbride, 1 and 4. So podium hunters are in great shape, pick up more points.
You know who Kirkbride won't give a position to is David Maros. That is for sure. So if David catches him, and let's see if he will.
Jolicoeur has gotten by Chris Moses.
Yes, he has. Not.
But he is all over the place. Holy jump. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching him.
He just slipping and sliding. It looks like that Canadian is driving in the winter up there.
Yeah.
And Peter Zabel, Montgomery's teammate, is closing up on David Poole for P12.
Yeah. McKinley's got another second on Hefner. Hefner turned a 43.4 in there. That didn't help pretty much a 43.5.
Yeah, Michael's just laying it all out there.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a big gap back to Werner. Going to be real hard. You know, he's only got 5 laps to make up 4 seconds.
Moses inside of Jolicoeur. Sorry to interrupt, Jack.
That's okay. That's okay. Stick with the action there, bud. Too wide.
Oh, wow. Moses gets it back.
Oh, big slide by Jolicoeur again. Hang on, Ian.
Further up, Salem and Al are just about to battle, it seems like, but Jolicoeur really still under the bumper of Chris Moses. Oh, he slides!
Oh!
Was that a touch? That looked like almost
no,
a touch.
It was very, very close.
So close.
Yeah, it was. There was like you know, a couple of paint gauges between them, and that was it. In fact, I think I might see a little black on the back end of that red Nissan, but man, that was close.
Man. And Jolicoeur just looks like he's all over the place. I can't believe he can drive for 41 laps like that. That's something else.
It's no wonder at the end of a race he goes, "Whew, I'm exhausted."
Yeah.
Now, hey, a little farther up.
Right.
We have got the boss, Al Merriman, chasing down.
Oh, Kirkbride lets David Maros by. Kirkbride.
Brad Maris has gone by.
Okay. Well, he proved me wrong there.
What's going on there? What's going on?
I wonder if he made a mistake. I'm not sure. Okay, we're hop back to Al chasing Salem, where there's definitely not anybody letting anybody else by.
What is Mr. Kirkbride up to?
I wonder if you were right about him dropping weight, Jack. I mean, 60 kilograms is a lot. He couldn't qualify. He started like 8, you know.
Well, it's not
Oh,
going to
and
surprise me.
Al gets it wrong, so that's going to give Salem some breathing room. He spun a little bit there through the apex of the hairpin.
Yeah, and David Poole takes it off. Peter Zabel goes by him.
Wow, lots of battles here late in the race, Jack. I don't know how positions 7 through 12 are going to look. I have no idea.
Either do I. Because even when you get back to Peter Zabel and David Poole, who are duking it out, right behind them is Aaron Parsons. I know there's only 3 laps left, but anything can happen. Jolicoeur down on the inside of Moses into the chicane.
Oh, gets it wrong.
Oh, Jolicoeur is going to have to let Moses take that spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Quite an attempt, and he'll have more opportunity.
So, we got 38 in the books. Yeah, McKinley's probably saying, I drove the race of my life and I just can't catch Hefner. The two of them put on a sterling display of driving tonight as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Hefner saw that gap drop and picked up the pace again, so he last lap.
Whoa, who was that? Johnny McIntyre turned around on the track. Geez, he almost took McKinley out. Johnny's put it into the wall and says, good night, Irene.
Yep. Al Merriman back up to Salem and fighting for that 7th position. He tried the outside, didn't seem to work for him. Ian Jolicoeur is also going to challenge Moses for 9th.
Yeah, I got to think Al's going to really try and press this home. He's only got 3 laps to do it in, but I still think Al's going to push it. Yeah, so some good battles going on there, between Salem Montgomery, Al Merriman, Chris Moses, and Ian Jolicoeur to, close out this race. And Merriman all over the back of Montgomery right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Really battling for that 7th spot.
And the Lambo should have some straight line speed here, and maybe Al's in close enough. Al's in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Al pulls out. And it looks like Salem just let him go by.
It does.
Salem having some trouble.
Yeah.
Looks like he's having trouble keeping that car on track. It doesn't look like it's that damaged, but is he out of gas? Oh no, he's just taking it straight off track. Pulled the plug.
Yeah, No? What's going on with Salem?
I have no idea. Ludden goes by. I can't figure these guys out anymore.
I can't either. And then I guess a lot.
His teammate Zabo's right behind him. Gives him a little tap on the lights. Gives him the lights and let him go by. And that's what he did to Al too. He had flashed the lights at Al, let Al go by. So what the heck is going on with Montgomery?
I wonder if he just thinks he's compromised due to damage. And lap times are worse, not terribly worse. It's still in the 43s. Maybe he went off track again and got something we didn't see, or maybe he had suspension damage and we didn't notice before.
Could be, but he seems to be running fine.
Yeah, he's really straight. He looks fine. David Poole would like a spot. I wonder if he's going to give him one. I don't think so. He should. Looks like Salem will battle for 12th there. Hopping back up to Ian Jolicoeur to see if he can contest Moses here as we start the second to last lap. So, yeah, Michael McKinday doesn't look like he had quite enough pace there at the end. He's going extremely quick, but he is not so quick as to challenge Hefner for the lead here at the end of the race. But a great run by him to finish second.
Well, I've got Poole and Montgomery side by side into the first chicane.
Yeah, so Montgomery will battle for it.
I don't know why he just gave up five positions. Why battle now?
I don't know, Jack. And
they have contact in there.
That's bad. Wow.
So Poole dropping 14th. Got rolling again. I don't get that whole thing.
I have no idea, man. I can't tell you. We'll just have to see what he puts in his post-race report.
Well, Sean Ricker did put a mention in the chat there that they have, they can post up, their protests, and I think I'm gonna post one up just to ask what the heck Salem was doing out there tonight.
Yeah,
maybe the drugs kicked in late. I don't know. Or maybe we need drugs. According to Greg Myers, we all need more drugs. So, I mean, maybe we do need more. Maybe he needs some. But I can't figure out what Salem was doing tonight.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. We will see. We'll have to ask about it later, Jack. Okay, so Szabo is actually chasing down John Ludden at this point. Ludden in 10. Didn't Ludden fall back? Wasn't Ludden up ahead earlier? No? I'm wrong.
No. I think and he's got Szabo trying to take that spot from him.
Yep.
Hefner on the final lap.
Yep.
Three corners left, and he is done.
All right, we will watch him cross the line. Oh, as Szabo spins it. Got on the inside of Ludden there and seemed to lose control, so he's going to stick with the 11th spot. Looks like Parsons not going to be able to capitalize there. Hefner on the main straight. Oh, Moses and Jolicoeur, that might heat up. We're going to watch for a last attempt here, but Hefner's across the line, finishes first. Michael McKinday with a great run, finishes second. Andrew Werner giving us a little breather here.
Yep, he's going to take third.
Yeah, absolutely.
Purple helmets.
Jolicoeur looking on the inside there into the chicane. Doesn't work out. Right, yeah, that's Maros, right? Fourth. That's a great finish starting from the back. Really good run by him. And then Brad Marys, and then Al Merriman in sixth. Good finish.
Yeah,
good
great finish
for that team. Yep.
For Gotta Go By 5 and 6. That's just wonderful.
Kirkbride finishes seventh after letting those guys by. I wonder if he wanted to let Gotta Go By. Maybe that's a little political there, Jack. Eh?
I don't know what was going on there, to be honest with you.
So Kirkbride seventh, Moses eighth, Jolicoeur ninth. Great battle by those guys. Szabo 10th. Parsons 11th, Ludden 12th. David Poole is finishing 13th right now. Dan Thorpe is going to finish 14th, and then Matt Taylor 15th. That's Moses Choi. That's Salem Montgomery in 16th right now. Will be the last car on the lead lap. Really don't know what happened there.
I have no idea.
All right, let's see if Hefner's sitting somewhere where I can pull him. He absolutely is. That's on purpose. Thanks, Hefner. Zach Hefner.
What up, Jake?
Good job, buddy.
Michael kept me in check.
Yeah, no kidding.
Couldn't take it easy.
He didn't. He kept you honest. He had one little bobble there, a few laps to go, and gave you a little bit of breathing room. But boy, the two of you really put on a show tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I had the pace, to be honest, with carrying 30 kilos. But Yeah, the car just felt it was just hooked up all over. It felt great.
Your teammate let a bunch of people by. Do you know what that's about?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Is he shedding the weight?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Not a fan of 60 kilograms. Not really surprising. But that's you next round, right?
Let's see, 30 plus 40, so I'll
Oh,
have 70.
nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, good luck with that. Great run this round. We watched you some, especially when Michael was close to you, of course.
Yes,
Got
I saw
pretty
that
excited.
he had a little bobble that kind of put him like about 5 seconds back and
Yep.
allowed me to kind of reel it back in, collect myself, and then yeah, and then it seemed he had another tiny one somewhere. So
Well, he was pushing as hard as I think anybody could to try and catch you. We all know what that's like when you try to overdrive the car. But great lap times there. Throughout the whole race, you were almost close to qualifying times. In your race pace. So superb race, and kudos to you. I thought you did a great job tonight.
thanks, Jack. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to say. I guess
Yeah. Yeah.
car felt great, track was great. Only at the end of the stint is when the tires got a little iffy. He had to kind of reel it back in, couldn't push that much. You could push a little bit in sector 1, but then he had to reel it back in sector 2 and 3. But props to Michael. I mean, he did
Yeah.
great. That's a great drive from him. He had me thinking. I was constantly looking at the relative and seeing where he was. So if I know I had to push or not. So good for
Yeah.
him. I think Werner got third. So good for him. I think that's
Yeah, it was sort of a surprise all the way through. Some of the guys we thought would be up front are at the back, and some of the guys were having all sorts of trouble. Peter Zabo had early trouble, put him way back, and could never really crawl back up. But again, you drove a great race. You deserve the win tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for keeping us entertained, Zach. That was fantastic.
Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna send you back to somewhere. And okay, so some post-race reports. Salem says Fanatec wheel kept glitching, lost third because of it. So that would explain a lot of the stuff we saw, including that's why he stopped at pit lane. Jacobetti was trying to reset the wheel. So hardware issues. Everybody talking about the race. Yeah, it looks like it was a good one. Going to be a lot of conversation about that afterwards. Looks like our fans enjoyed it in the Twitch chat. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. You can join Al and Brad next week for the Ferrari 312 of 1967 at Spa of 1966, which was not so much a racetrack as it was a series of country roads. So that's going to be fantastic, actually. I love that track in that car, and I've never said that about that track before with anything.
Well, if you like Spa, join us next Thursday because we're right back here at Spa next Thursday.
Absolutely. It's Spa week at NAGP, so join us next week, 9 p.m. Monday and Thursday. Thanks for joining us this time, and we will catch you next week.